Sorry.
Good, go ahead.
I'll start over though anyway.
No, you're all good.
Announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and that is being conducted in accordance with the NJSA 10:4-6 et sec of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Nora, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Dedich.
Here.
Mr. Mealy.
Here.
Mr. Matt.
Present.
Chairman Von Aiken.
Here.
We also have our board planner, Ms. Winter, our board engineer, Mr. Canjiano, and our board attorney, Ms. Knightley.
All right, would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Change the map.
Okay. All right, this is the Minor Site Plan and Subdivision Committee of the Township of Parsippany. This meeting is open to the general public. Is there anybody who would like to present anything that is not currently on the agenda for tonight? Seeing none, we'll start with our agenda. That's application number 23:509 for Rupen Shah. Are you the applicant or representative?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. All right, please come forward and you may present your case. Would you like to swear him in? Okay.
Yes. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
And please state your name, spell your last name, and provide your address for the record.
Okay, my name is Rupin R. Shah. I reside in 5 Hardin Court, Parsippany, New Jersey 07054. I'm here for, one minor subdivision for 42 Miata. And according to the plan and everything, they're meeting all the setback. They're meeting all the criteria, whatever the R4 zone needed. You can, check the plan and whatever. I submit everything. Any question you have, I can happy to answer.
All right, very good. So with that, would our planner like to present any questions or comments about the completeness?
Sure. We have a couple waiver requests. Request a waiver from Morris County Planning Board, which is something we can waive for today's meeting, but it will have to be gotten as part of your resolution compliance for any subdivision.
Okay, any particular subject, like what are you talking, like, what is the thing they are not resolved?
Morris County Planning Board
Right.
requires an application
Okay.
when you do a subdivision.
Okay, I'll do that.
So,
I'll do that.
assuming that this is approved, it would be a condition of
Yeah, absolutely.
that
I'll do
approval. So we waive that requirement for tonight's meeting.
Correct.
Okay.
But you still need to do it
Oh,
in
no,
the
I know.
end. Yep, okay.
Whatever I need to do,
Yep.
I'll do it.
We're not going to hold you up here though. Okay.
And then we're okay with the waivers for, the proposed street trees and, reforestation plan.
And also you have a waiver for the sewer, because one lot is not sewer line there. I'm gonna apply whatever
Mr. Shaw,
I
if you
need to.
could let her finish what she's doing, because there is a procedure.
Okay.
And you can sit down.
And then we have additional waivers for the, soil erosion and sedimentation control plan and the storm drainage, which, Andrew, did you have any?
Yeah, no issues with that.
And we have no issues with that either.
Okay. And I think later on, I saw that there'd be testimony on the easements. Okay. All right. Any objections to the waivers as presented by our planner? All right, seeing none, we'll mark the waivers as approved. And Mr. Shaw, if you'd like to present your application, the floor is yours.
You looked at the, the plan and everything. I would like to, I build the houses. I built one right down the road on Camden. It was crappy house. I knocked it down. I built a nice one. The same thing here. I'm gonna make it it's a one long house. I'm gonna knock it down, and all the setback is meeting. So I'm gonna make it two nice house over there.
All right. This time, there's nothing wrong with the existing house as
No,
it
no, no,
stands,
no,
though.
no.
Okay.
I mean, it's like 100 years old,
All right.
and everything falling apart.
All right. And could you describe the easements that are on the property?
There is no easement.
Okay, because our planner marked that there would be testimony about
There is no
easements.
easement.
Okay.
There are none.
Oh,
I think that
okay.
was the first letter.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was the first one.
Okay.
There is no easement.
All right, then. Do any members of the planning board have questions for this, for Mr. Shah? Okay.
Just one, I don't see it on the plan. Do you have any idea what the existing impervious coverage for the
Yes, I
building
have.
that's there is versus what's proposed? Oh, that's the existing? All right. Well, here, you can have this back, I have a copy. I have a copy here, too. Okay. So, Andrew, are they doing any stormwater?
No, this is the subdivision only, it's subject to, this has to go, if it's approved here, he's gotta go to the engineering department with full details
Correct.
of plot plans, so we did not do a full detailed review
Okay.
of stormwater.
Whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do it. Whatever the form I gotta fill out, whatever.
Well, it's design, so your engineer's gotta fully design it, and there is, just so you know, there is.
This is just a plan, it's like, like a rough sketch. What I propose plan, that's what I put it on. But once I'm gonna draw all the, architect, and whatever the engineering wanted, and we put it in.
There are a full checklist for the requirements and ordinances for all the requirements, so
Yes.
just make sure whoever's preparing it is
Yeah,
fully aware, or else it's gonna come back to you anyway.
I did so many houses.
Okay.
I guess it
And
also,
then-
looking at this, it looks like the existing impervious is 35%, is that correct?
No,
No?
no. Impervious coverage is,
I'm sorry, Andrew, I cut you off.
Yeah, that's fine.
it's, 20%.
Not building coverage, but I mean, the impervious coverage. Maximum percent of lot, coverage based on impervious
It's
coverage.
R4 zone, and 6,000 square foot is the minimum lot requirement. And I have, each one is 6,500 square foot.
No, I didn't mean that. I'm talking about on your existing conditions plan, the
Okay.
existing tax lot 10, the plan says there's 35% impervious coverage on the property right now.
The existing house?
The existing house, driveway, everything.
Oh, I don't know.
You think that's an error? Okay. I mean, it's close to what the zone allows, was really my point. So, thank you.
So just to finish up on the stormwater, you have to follow the rules for minor, stormwater management rules, which is, it's different in Parsippany than most other towns, so make sure you follow that. Also, on our comment letter, we noted that you have a roof drain pipe coming across the property line from, Lot 02 to the existing inlet in Lot 01. You'll need to, you need to add the easement for that cross-access easement for that storm line to cut. You gotta have that storm line on the property. It's gotta come through the easement. Also, I noted, you noted that you could be taking down the house. That must be demolished before you submit, or get approval to submit for subdivision. The house must be gone. And then, on the GPI engineer's comment letter, did you review that? Comment number one, we talked about that it's subject to plot plan review, like we just talked about, for grading, stormwater management, driveway, site triangles, etc. Number two, proposed lot to 1002 should be amended to flip the driveway and house orientation because did you review this?
Correct.
This
And-
comment?
Engineering put it on. Engineering department put it on, like I have to put the house on certain way.
Yes, that's out of this comment letter right here that I'm reading from.
Yeah, I'm-
So the driveway's gotta be to the furthest, what is that, the
Yeah.
west of the property there. So you gotta flip that, you agree to flip the house and not build it as shown, or submit it to the town as shown. We just talked about the drainage easement, and similar to Morris County Planning Board, this will definitely, you'll have more than 5,000 square feet of disturbance, we'll definitely need to obtain a Morris County Soil Conservation District permit. Will you be filing, I don't know if you know this, if you'll be filing by deed or by map? Will you be filing the subdivision? With a deed only or with a plan? Map, okay, thank you. And like I mentioned before, the existing dwelling must be removed prior to perfection of the subdivision. That's all I have.
Thanks, Andrew. The driveway had been a concern of mine also with the curve of that road.
Yeah.
Is that the reason for
Yeah,
that?
the site distance.
Okay, and by moving it to the location that you cited,
It improves it.
I mean, you know, I see the house,
Right, yeah.
but the driveway has to come different way. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with the, also.
all right. All right, so we've heard from our planner and our engineer, Mr. Dadich.
Yeah, quick question, more for Andrew, really, right? So most of the conditions here for lot 1, lot 2, they are written as like more than equal to or less than equal to. So let's say impervious coverage, right, less than equal to 40%. It could be 30 as well, right? So
Well, I don't want to speak for the applicant, but with that, that's typically, he's stating that their improvements will fall inside the allowable limits of all the bulk requirements. Is that what is that what your zoning plan is saying, that you're proposed to be within all the allowable
Correct,
coverages and setbacks?
correct.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Mr. Meth?
No.
I just
Okay.
have one question.
Yeah.
You provide an architectural plan. Do you plan on using that for both houses, or is it just to show potential?
No, both houses,
Okay, then the one thing I would suggest is that it's the same plan for both houses.
pretty much.
You might want to do something a little different on the front facade, maybe with a window or siding.
Can I have him over here, he's my partner, and he does all the plans.
Sure. I think we'd have to swear him in. Yep.
So my name is Arvind Mahajan, and sometimes I help Ruben Shah.
If you'd please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And just state your name, spell your last name, and provide your address for the record.
My name is Arvind Mahajan. My last name is Mahajan, Mahajan, and I reside at 4 Sheffield Street in Pinebrook, New Jersey, 07058. And I work with Ruben Shah. I help them out with the paperwork and stuff as a partner. So your question is that we need to make the two houses look a little different?
Yep.
I know the architect, when he made the plans, he was working on the proposals, so kind of, because we were not sure
Mhm.
if it's gonna go through or not. So he just copied and, took all the requirements and made them look similar. But yes, when we submit the actual plans, we can make the facade a little different. We can change the window, we can change the color of the siding. I mean, they're gonna look different, they're not gonna look like.
No, not cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
good. That's all, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that all you have to present for tonight, Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Okay. With that, would anybody like to make a motion? Oh, I'm sorry. Would any members of the public like to speak on this matter at this time? Okay, hearing and seeing none, I'll open it up to the board for discussion or a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead, Mr. Dadich.
motion to approve application 23:509, Rupin Shah, 58, Maeta Road, blocks 271, lot 10, 2-lot minor subdivision.
Very good. Is there a second?
Second, Matt.
Is there any discussion for the motion at this time? Seeing none, Nora, would you please call the vote?
Diddy,
Yes.
Neely.
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Von Aiken.
Yes. All right, your application has been approved.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Very good. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening, and we'll see you at the major planning board meeting.
Ready to rock and roll here? Alrighty then. Meeting of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills Planning Board for Monday, June 19th, 2023 at 7:30 PM. Announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and that it is being conducted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6 et sec of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Nora, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Diddy.
Here.
Councilman DePiero.
Here.
Mr. Mealy.
Here.
Mr. Matt.
Present.
Mr. Napolitano.
Here.
Mr. Shaw.
Here.
Mr. Von Aiken.
Here.
Chairman Dinsmore.
Here.
So have our board planner, Ms. Winter, our board engineer, Mr. Pangiano, and our board attorney, Ms. Stein.
If we could stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. This meeting is open to the general public. Are there anybody here tonight that wishes to speak to this board on anything that is not on our agenda? Hearing and seeing none. We don't have any resolutions, I guess, so we go right to the agenda for application number 23:510, Alpha Investments LLC, 52 Navajo Avenue, Block 525, Lot 21, major soil moving permit.
Chairman, members, Larry Cali on behalf of the applicant, Alpha Investments LLC. I think we'll be brief this evening. We've got one witness here with us this evening, Mr. Chairman, should we need him. It's Stephen Smith. He's a scrivener of record of the plans that were filed, and he submitted the application for the board. It's an import to the site for soil movement of the single-family residence that's being constructed. It's about 500 cubic yards. I can let Mr. Smith speak to it further. That's the limits of what we're seeking on that matter this evening.
All right. He's the
He's a surveyor of record, Mr. Smith.
surveyor.
He prepared the plan before the
Okay.
board, yes.
All right, so I guess you're going to be sworn in.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And please state your name, provide your last name for the record, and your address, and then some background on your experience.
Stephen Smith, SMITH, business address 320 Route 10 West, Randolph, New Jersey. I'm a principal of Jamin Engineering Associates. I've been associated with the firm for 45 years. I'm a licensed professional planner, licensed in the state of New Jersey since 1984. Also a licensed professional land surveyor, licensed in the state of New Jersey also since 1984. I've appeared before planning boards and zoning boards of adjustment throughout Middlesex, Morris, Somerset, Sussex, Warren, Bergen County. I've previously appeared before this board.
Can you please pull the microphone closer to you? Thank you.
The mic close. Okay, I'm sorry.
And your licenses are in good standing?
I'm sorry.
You're still licensed, current, and in good
Oh, I'm
standing?
sorry,
Yeah.
yes. That seems to be the typical question these days. My licenses are still current, yes.
Thank you.
Just thought we'd check. Any questions on the witness's expertise? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly. We're here seeking a soil movement permit for block 525, lot 21 on Navajo Avenue. It's a lot of 10,000 square feet. There's presently an existing one-story dwelling on the property. We are proposing to demolish it and construct a new two-story frame dwelling. That presently, the existing house sits below the road. The proposal when we construct the new home is to have the driveway for the garage be able to pitch out towards Navajo driveway, which means then we're going to be raising the home up. In order to do that, we need to bring in approximately 500 cubic yards of fill. That part of that fill is anticipated to come from another one of Mr. Gupta's project, which is on Halsey Avenue.
All right.
Don't know if there are any questions you might have.
Is there any
So we have,
members?
Mr. Chairman, yeah, very limited application for soil movement permit for the import to this single-family residential site.
Any members of the board have some questions of this witness on this?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Mr. Bonak. I was waiting for somebody to ask the
So,
usual list of questions of soil moving.
so you're be moving 500 cubic yards, is the amount that's been stated correct?
Yes.
All right. How's that going to affect the drainage of your neighbors' properties?
That actually it's going to improve it.
Okay,
That presently, everything slopes from Navajo easterly or towards the rear of our property. When we get done with the grading from the proposed house forward is now going to drain out towards Navajo. We've also designed dry wells for the site. If you bear with me for a sec here.
okay.
On the first sheet, okay, that we have proposed dry wells on this that actually exceed the amount that we're required to have. Based on the increase in pervious coverage as it shows on the plan, we're required to have 211 cubic feet of storage. We're actually supplying 417, or twice what we need. We're picking up everything from the roof to further reduce the impact on the neighbors.
Yeah. And I've been told by some others that the soil is largely clay and doesn't absorb water very well, so you'll be moving it out towards the sewers then? Or through the dry well into the sewer?
The dry well
storm
was
drain, thank
shown
you.
towards the rear. What I can say is, dig a test hole in order to confirm that the location that we're proposing is adequate, or it can be moved towards the front.
Okay. All right, that's my question.
Gordon, you look like you have a question.
Well, I live about 2 blocks away, and I can tell you that at least where I live, the ground doesn't take anything. I watched the house next to being built and just watched it become a swimming pool every few days till it was drained. My suggestion would be, I mean, obviously, engineering's not our purview. The engineering department's going to review that, but my suggestion would be to move the dry well to the front and drain it, do an overflow into the street.
Okay?
Because otherwise, it's just going to be full of water and you're going to be dumping a lot on your neighbors.
We have no issue with that.
Assuming the soils are the exact same 2 blocks away from my house.
That makes sense.
My source has been revealed.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, quick question. And how do we plan to move the soil? What route we plan to take?
Trucking route that you anticipate.
Yeah, the route has not been developed yet. Unfortunately, all of it comes down to timing. Mr. Gupta was hoping to take some of the soil from his Halsey Avenue site. Depending on how the timing works out on that, what we will do is confirm the route with the engineering department as well as the timing. I remember with
Okay.
Mr. Gupta's Halsey Avenue, there was a condition that wanted to make sure wasn't taking place when the school buses were coming in now.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question by members of the board?
I just I'm reading the engineering department's review letter. I guess you had submitted to him a grading plan, and he says in comment number 2 of his May 2nd letter.
I have to say, we did not receive any
Okay, so he
reports.
issued a May 2nd letter to the board. I don't know if you got a copy of it or not, but anyway,
Did not.
he says he has some concerns with the proposed grading plans. It appears that runoff may be directed toward neighboring properties. And he says that you'll have to work with the township to improve this plan. So he has some issues with what was submitted.
Yeah.
And I agree with Mr. Mess, to move to, I think there's a drainage inlet in the frontage of this property, or the vicinity of the property. So moving the dry well toward the front, toward Navajo, is a really good idea.
Okay.
And it's good that you're lifting it up and having the driveway drain out to Navajo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to have that review letter forwarded to our
I'll
office?
leave that to others to,
The applicant has a copy of it, but you
Does
can take this.
I feel it's not important to share with me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
that's all I have.
All right, so you're saying you're more than happy to work with our engineering department to make sure that everything meets our standards and
Correct.
the neighbors don't get inundated.
Well, neighbors always get cranky. We'll work with the engineer to satisfy them that we've done what we're supposed to do. No question.
Okay. Any other questions? Any members of the public have any questions of this testimony at this time? Hearing and seeing none. Counselor, you have anything?
That is all we have, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you folks again for your time this evening, and certainly if any more questions or issues, we're glad to address them, but it sounds like Mr. Smith is going to work with the engineer, he's going to keep Gordon's advice on relocating the dry well, and we can go from there.
Okay. Now, I am just going to ask this just because it's been done differently in the past. I'm assuming that we are actually approving this soil moving permit at this time, or are we sending it off to the council?
According to the engineer's letter, it's going to the council.
Okay.
I think it's over the threshold.
All right then. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak in opposition of this case at this time, or this application? Anybody wishes to speak in favor of this application? Hearing and seeing none. Counselor, I'm assuming that's the end of your case?
Yes, sir.
All right, this closes the evidentiary portion of tonight's application. Is there a motion that somebody would like to make at this time?
Mr. Chairman, a motion to send this application to council for application number 23:510 Alpha Investments LLC, 52 Navajo Avenue, Block 525, Lot 21, major soil moving permit.
All right, so that was a motion to approve, right?
Second, Mealy.
All right. Nora, would you call the roll, please?
Deech,
Yes.
DePiero,
Yes.
Neely,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Napolitano.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Von Aiken.
Yes.
Dinsmore.
Yes.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you.
So we have sent it off to the council for their approval. All right, that moves us to application number 23:511 SIR Parsippany LLC, 299 Jefferson Road, Block 736, Lot 7.3, preliminary and final major site plan with C variance, major soil moving permit to construct a warehouse and associated improvements.
Mr. Chairman,
Why aren't you
good to
leaving,
see
Larry?
again.
No,
For the
kidding.
record, I have nowhere to go, Gordon. Larry Cali, on behalf of the applicant. We're looking for a new date at this time, Mr. Chairman. It's come to our attention that the publication published in the wrong periodical. So everything has been in order but for that. So we'll be looking for a new date. We'll be renoticing. We've got a neighbor that would like to have a dialogue with us, so it might be fortuitous that we've got this lapse in time. We might need a little more time. I would say an August date, if you had it, might be.
August?
Yeah, because we might be considering what we can do with the neighbor, if anything's feasible.
7th or 21st.
21st would be perfect.
All right. I assume you're asking for us to move this case to the 21st of August.
Exactly what we're asking, Mr. Chairman.
All right, I have a motion to move this case to the 21st of August. This will be without notice from, oh, they will be noticing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because of the periodical issue, we're gonna be renoticing.
Okay, that's important. So it will be with notice. All right,
Very
so
good.
anybody who is here for that case,
Yes.
you are going to get another notice. It'll be on the 21st. I don't know what else we have on that night, if anything.
Nothing.
Nothing, so it's got a pretty good chance of being on early in the evening.
Is it possible to ask a question or not now? Just on the notice case, notice itself.
I'm gonna turn to our attorney and let her handle
It's
it.
not specifically about the application?
No, I was just saying is the notice will be sent, it's a town home community next to that, so it's around 194 homes. So how do we send that notice to a specific individuals or I'm just trying to understand that, how to send the notice.
So under the municipal land use law, the applicant's required to notice every property owner within 200 feet of the property. And that list of property owners is prepared by the town's, tax assessor.
Thank you.
Yep.
You are perfectly free to notice anybody else who is outside of the 200, or to hand over your notice to people who are outside of the 200-foot.
That's fine, that 200, that keeps us.
Any further discussion to be done on that day of
August 21st, okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, folks.
All right,
Until then, enjoy the summer.
All right.
we hope to.
Christmas shopping after August.
Nora, is there anything else that we need to?
No, that is it.
I thought we were gonna have a busy night. I know.
Oh, my goodness. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We've got a motion. Do I get a second? Okay. Anybody in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
No, I want to stay all night.
The longest day of the year, leaving here in the daylight.
That's right.
I wasn't expecting that with the big.
Affordable housing was coming in. This is every single week.
And so.
Yes, everybody, please save your application, the SIR application. There's no additional paperwork, applications to give out.
So keep this?
Keep it. Don't give it back to me.
Just.
Make sure to bring it back.
You're on top of it.
Well, I suspect there'll be all sorts of new papers
Yeah.
to go with it.
Well, the rest of it gets tossed.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna work with their neighbors.
Yes. Well, let's see.
One less person, right?
I took one look at the tax map and one look at the photograph.
You know who it was?
Yeah, thank you.
And you knew who it was?
Well, I knew that it was going to generate
I
at
take
least
notes on here a lot of times. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you want to basically write down.
Did we have a motion to adjourn?
We've had it, we've already voted
Yay.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've already adjourned.
So technically, we've already adjourned. If you want me to bang the gavel.
Sure, why not? Let's have some fun.
Sorry. Channeling Monty Python again.
Night.
Wow, my drive's longer than I'm meeting for today.
You have a good night.
Where do you come from? Oh,
You said August 22nd?
well,
21st.
21st.
you'll get home and still light.
Okay, definitely send it to them.
I may be getting home just as it's done.
Anything you don't need, I can take up that, just make sure you take it.
So,
Okay, have a good evening, everyone.
Good night.
thank you.
Night, Chair John. Council.
You have a good night.